Okay, I am super excited to have an incredible mentor and dear friend of ours on the line. Give it up because right now it's 1:30 in the morning for Nima. So he is putting it all on the line to stay up for us to give some amazing golden nuggets. Anthony and I really believe in investing in yourself. When you grow, your business grows, your relationships grow. It's just a reflection of life. So if you're feeling stuck, often it's because you're not growing, in areas of your life. And life has an incredible way of putting some pressure on you to make that happen. So we first met Nima around 2 years ago at a seminar that he spoke at in Melbourne, and just loved everything he had to say. And one of the things I love about Nima is he has the ability to take really kind of complex, philosophies and analysis around the world, but bringing it back to real. And I think that's one of his greatest gifts is there's no BS with him. He says it how it is. But if you're feeling stuck, if you've got patterns in life that you're frustrated about, whether it's about health, wealth, finances, like Nima just has a way to point you in the right direction. So I'm going to spotlight him here. You probably saw him grooving just a second ago. And we'll unmute you, Nima. So thank you so much for joining us. We're super grateful.
It is fantastic to be here with you guys. I'm just so excited to be sharing with my peeps in Oz. I have this funny accent going on here compared to you guys. I don't know if you have the accent or I do, but I'm just so thrilled. I mean, you guys who I haven't met before, my name is Nima, and Kate and Ant are like dear friends of mine. And my God, you guys are so lucky to be led by such a tremendous couple. And I've had the pleasure of working alongside them and being their friends. And they took me out when I went to, when I visited Gold Coast. They showed me around, and my God, it is a place that I'm definitely visiting. I have it on my plans to spend 6 weeks in Australia, and definitely want to go back to Gold Coast. So it's so great to be with you guys. And pardon my hoarse, sexy voice, but it's coming back. But I'm excited to be joining you guys tonight and contributing in any way I can.
Thanks, buddy. I know, in some of our darkest hours, when we could have called anyone on the planet, you're the one who got the phone call. And I think, that's been a huge influence in our lives. And you work with people from all over the globe, hundreds, thousands of people. You must have seen some common patterns of why people don't live a life of fulfillment and of purpose.
Yeah, I've been very fascinated by stress because working as you have as a chiropractor for the past 15, 16 years, you start to realize how stress gets in the way of your relationships. It gets in the way of your health. If you're trying to process and assimilate nutrition, if you're going through stress, it's not really working properly. You're trying to build a business. You're trying to get a team sorted. If you can't handle and manage stress, then everything kind of falls apart. And so, people call me as a 911 when things are not going great. And I've come up with a methodology that helps you change your perception, change your perspective, so that you can take whatever you think is in your way, getting in the way of your life, you turn it around and you see that it has so many gifts, and you can actually use it as a stepping stone to make your next move in a powerful way. And so recently I've been taking those concepts and putting together kind of a program for people who've been feeling stressed, depressed, and anxious, get more powerfully aligned with who they are so that they can make more money, make a bigger impact, connect to their higher purpose, clear their past resentments, clear their guilts, and then build their lives exactly the way that they would love to do. So it's all about perception. And I don't think that there's anything more fascinating with mindset, because the way that we approach our minds, the way that we view things, and our occurrence for our lives makes such a huge difference in creating our future that it can't be ignored. It was so important to me that, you understand this, Ant, working as a chiropractor, you see patients coming in with all sorts of health problems, and you know that it's a mindset issue. So I wanted to go and make a deeper impact. So that's why I created the Overview Method. And now I travel the world and teach. And it was a pleasure to be of assistance to the two of you.
100%, buddy. I think, for our tribe, they're attracted to this model of business because they want a better lifestyle. But we find this conundrum where you only get paid proportional to the number of people that you get to help. And so how does self-worth fit into this whole money game and adding value to people?
It is entirely a mindset issue. I got to tell you this right now. For those of you paying attention, listening, who have dreams of making a difference, who have dreams and aspirations of living that lifestyle where you are making an impact, yet you are living the way that you'd love to, consider that how you view yourself, the script that we have that says, you're not good enough, or I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy of love, I'm stupid, I'm broken, I'm worthless, based on the experiences that you've gone through in your past and the way that you've interpreted events and dealings with your parents, with your mother, father, preacher, teacher. If those stories are not complete, excuse me, they're getting in the way of your self-worth. And those unconscious scripts, they play out when you are speaking to somebody about your business, when you are going to set a goal and you are going to take action. That script is playing, and it's actually either interfering with that vision or it's actually assisting you. And the amount of work and training that you get in that part is so important to make sure that your net worth goes up. So your self-worth and your net worth is very tied in. And if you're not liking the results that you're seeing on the outside, it's often consider that it's the fact that you're not powerfully aligned with your highest version of yourself. And there are certain things that have gone on in your life that you are taking and interpreting as you're not good enough, you're not worthy of love, you're worthless, and it's messing with your jams. And
so if people are, we often say they're doing the actions, but I'm doing the actions, but they don't have these beliefs behind that, then the actions are fruitless. And so if someone's listening to this, they're going, I'm stuck, I'm in this pattern, I'm struggling, they're using words like this. Where do they start? Where do they begin?
Well, a good place to be, great question, Ant. A good place to begin is just by sitting down and taking a look. Is when I take my clients through this, I get them to really write down their beliefs about money. So if you take a look at this and you just kind of write down money is, right down at the very top, money is, and just download all of the beliefs that you have about money. Money is the root of all evil. Money is a trap. Money is freedom. Money is options. Like, really get to see what your beliefs are about money. And once you've written that down, I remember I did this exercise and there was about 30 or 40 things came out. And we have a story about money. And it's wise for you to examine what that story is. You probably aren't aware that you have a story of shame, a story of humiliation, a story of unworthiness, a story of not good enough. So by writing down money is, and then trying to figure out exactly what story that you're making about money, you're off to a great start. Because what happens is after you're done, let's try it right now. I'm going to get everybody to take a minute right now and just write down with a pen on a piece of paper, money is, and then take about 2 to 3 minutes and write down everything that they believe about money, good, bad, everything. And I want you to just take a moment and do that.
So guys, I'd love
to make it practical.
The top 2 or 3 that you come up with, go ahead and pop that into the chat section. And Nima, down the bottom, you'll see there's a little icon that says chat.
Got it.
If you press that, you'll be able to see people's answers.
Yes, got it.
Or if they want to ask you a question. So Nat said, the more that you earn, the more you spend.
Right, good one.
Power and choice, options, option, freedom, fun. Money is hard to get, never enough. Energy, option, freedom, shopping. Whoa, controlling, peace of mind. Makes things go around, means to live, not real. Success, hard to get. My friend, freedom, success, awesome. Wealth.
Perfect.
Essential. Cool.
Perfect. Great.
Stressful.
Better life.
Arguments.
Great. Now, here's the cool thing about this. Our story about money is so interesting because this is a mindset. I teach mindset tools primarily for stressed, depressed, and anxious people so that they can have their best year ever. Money, relationships, whatever it is, health. But when you have things like essential, stress, better wealth, arguments, toys, my key to travel, a life for my family, is my slave, not my master, not in my account. Next question you're going to ask is, you wrote down your answer, okay? What's the impact of your story or belief about money? So if you say money is a better life, money is freedom, or you say it's never enough, that belief that you stated, what's the impact of that belief on your life? So if I have the belief that money is freedom, money is energy, and it's essential, it's essential for my life, what happens when you have a month that is not that great? What's the impact if you have that story about money? It's pretty sobering. And so when you think about that and you have this mindset about money is this thing, you've taken something and you've given it that much weight, it has power over you. And you become emotional about it. You tend to sway into the elation when it starts flowing. And then you sway into the depression when it's taken away. And I know what that's like. I lived my entire first 10 years of my career based on the belief that, I must be making money. If I don't have it, then I'm a failure. Money equals success. This was my belief. Money equals success. Money equals freedom. Money is power. So I spent the first 10 years of my practice working my ass off and hoarding it to this point where I achieved all this wealth financially, but I was freaking miserable. I was depressed. And then I realized, oh crap, something's got to change about this whole mindset. So then I went completely to the other way. I went into this resentment towards money, and I went down a warpath of spending it all, saying it's not about money at all. I'm so resentful towards money. Screw money. And then I completely said it's all about your purpose. Put yourself completely into doing what you love and don't worry about money. And slowly that wealth that I built over 5 years was pretty much gone. And then I was like, okay, shit. Let's see. There's got to be a better way. And so what I have been working towards, and this has set me free, is changing my whole story about money. And it is just an exchange. It's just an exchange, and it's a scorecard for the lives that I've been able to transform. And so when I put my focus completely on why I'm doing what I'm doing, and I set my affirmations in such a way where, which I'm going to share with you, some money affirmations that you can start to incorporate in your life. When I started living according to a mission and a purpose statement of what I wanted to be and do for humanity, which is the give, the altruistic part of me, and then became completely certain and aware of what I wanted to receive in exchange, there was this even balance, rather than going to this whole money is the root of all, money is amazing, it's the purpose, it's freedom, it's everything, versus it's evil. It was that healthy balance. That's what actually transformed everything for me, because what happened was I became focused on the client's best interest, having the client win. And when the money came in, I became aware of my elation of it, but then I brought my emotions down into center where my power is. So I wasn't swayed by the
shower.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Someone just is off mute. I'll fix it.
Oh, okay, cool. So I wasn't swayed by the extreme ups and the downs of, the acquiring of money and the loss of money, the acquiring and the loss. I was focused on my vision. And when I focused on my vision of why I wanted to do what I wanted to do, both in service to others, which if you're involved in Juice Plus, it's not just because you just want to make a bunch of money, because you know what, if you come to me with coming from a place of that, I can feel it from you. But if you truly come from a why that is about nutrition, it's about giving people the right nutrients, it's about creating a family or a tribe or a business, fun activities, a social network, you come very clear on a mission statement for yourself, then your chances of bringing in wealth and keeping it go way higher. Because really then your self-worth goes up, because there's nothing more self-worth giving than receiving a note from a client or somebody that said, you know what, Dr. Nima, you've really changed my life. You've been able to impact me, in such a great way. Kate, just you sent me a little note earlier saying thank you so much for the work that you've done with us and you've made an impact. I was like, well, holy shit, whatever money I made or whatever money I made out of that, I don't even remember, but that is pretty much, something that I'll never forget for the rest of my life, is the way that I've, been able to have an impact. And that becomes the focus. And then you start to see things changing in your financial situation when that becomes the focus. But in order to get there, you got to get out of your head first. You got to get out of the stress response first. You got to get out of that, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy of love. So you literally have to see greater than your current environment first. And that takes effort, and that takes sometimes guidance and sometimes mentorship and help from an outside source, because I didn't do it alone myself either. How do you like my voice?
Love it. It's awesome. Love it. That
so
I see a lot of people are just really soaking that in. There's some great comments there. Something I'm curious about, I know for me in my own journey, as I gained success in life, not just in our Juice Plus business, but in other things, you have that moment where your loyalty comes into play, where you don't want to lose friends. You don't want to, grow beyond the people around you, when the self-sabotage can kick in, and you can start all of a sudden what you've created, you start to destroy. So where people have guilt around being successful. So can you speak into that a little bit?
Oh yeah, I had a client who was really stuck in money, and so she called me and says, I can't make ends meet. I can't, I'm always trying to get over this little hump." And we did some sessions on it, and it came out that um, you go to a scene where you really find that charge emotionally about the money, and what we discovered was when we kind of examine that scene. So the method that I teach takes a specific stressful scene and it gets you out of the scene and it gets you up above into what I call an overview perspective, like you're looking from above down outside of your own kind of emotional reaction to it. And you ask yourself a series of questions. And what was determined by that session was that I was asking her, what would be the drawbacks if you were financially free? And she's Greek, so family is big in certain cultures, right? My culture too. I'm Persian. So what would be the drawbacks if you had made all that money? And she said, oh, then I would feel obligated to give to my sister, and my mother would be judging me. And so consider that your fear of disapproval is also keeping you stuck and paralyzed from achieving financial success. So there's a lot of emotional bondage that you need to break through if you want to get yourself to the next level. And Kate was exactly right. The people that you're around, imagine all of a sudden, if you have an emotional contract with the people around you, friends and family, and then all of a sudden, in the next 12 to 16 months, you elevate your game so that you're now making 5 figures passively with your business. There's going to be some jealousy. There's going to be some people that are, going to make some assumptions or raise some expectations on you. And if there's an unconscious motive for you to not have to deal with those expectations, then you're going to subconsciously sabotage your desire, your efforts to get to gain wealth. So there are blind spots that you possibly can't see. And it's very wise for you to have the coaching and the mentorship, or somebody that you trust, a money coach or emotions expert that can help you clarify where the block is. If you keep hitting this little ceiling, there's something mentally stopping you. It is entirely a mindset game, because when you give yourself permission to get to a certain level, you hustle, you keep going harder and harder. And all of a sudden, if you don't get there, you're going to hustle more. It's literally a mindset thing, because the amount of work that you put in becomes all determined by how much you feel that you're worthy of deserving. And here's the other crappy part, is that let's say you do get that goal, you're likely going to take your foot off of the gas and start coasting, because you've assumed, hey, I've made it, everything's good, I've made it, I'm good. You start taking your foot off the gas, and coasting is in any entrepreneurial pursuit is the equivalent of downsliding. And so I've experienced that as well. So if you're not absolutely committed and you don't have daily rituals surrounding your specific targets, I don't even use goals anymore, targets that are very congruent and powerfully aligned with your why and who you are, then don't be surprised if you keep hitting a glass ceiling. And so it doesn't happen automatically. You need some outside help. You need some reading books. There's podcasts, there's mentorship, there's coaching. Consider that if you have some trauma from your past that you haven't gotten over, that has caused you to make the belief that you're not worthy of love, you're not worthy and deserving, there's nothing, no book that you can read or seminar that you can take that's really going to help you unless you do the inner work yourself. So
I love it.
That's basically how it works. You know, it just,
I
yeah.
want to share a little bit with you guys. So there's a Dr. John DeMartini, who's a mentor of ours, and I know of Nima's as well. And I went to one of his seminars, and this is before our Juice Plus business, but we felt really stuck in traditional business. And it wasn't like we needed to change our strategy. It wasn't the mechanics at all. And I went there and he touched on, you know, just really getting to work on yourself, but making that vision bigger and brighter and working on that. So one of the things that Nima just touched on then is working on that daily. And one of the things John put forward was to write down a list of 200 benefits of building a business that serves ever greater numbers of people.
Yeah.
And so I went home with Anthony and I said, right, we're getting to work. And we sat there and we wrote down all of the benefits of, you know, the mama that can have a child naturally, or the child that's off their antibiotics, or the family that, you know, can stay home. There's a storm happening right near us. And so we just got to work, and literally the next week in our business, the business that Anthony was working out of, it was a record week. We did not change our marketing. We did not change our strategy. In our satellite practice that we had as well, the same week was the best week ever. That month was our record month ever, and nothing else changed except our belief. And our vision became bigger and bigger. And you might have heard of us talk, guys, about doing that for your Juice Plus business and your vision for your future and your family as well.
Why?
I can't speak more highly to do that.
Why? Why do you want to make more money? Why? Why? There has to be a why that's big enough. Just for what? So you can, hey, woohoo, make it rain. What? Like what? Why? What's the point? Why? There has to be a cause or a mission for your wealth. Let me give you an example. Let's say one of your children got sick, God forbid, and I came to you and I said, all right, so in order to save your child, you're going to have to raise $50,000 within the next 6 weeks, because that's what it's going to take to save your kid. Guess what? You now have a why. You now have a cause, and what are you going to do? You are going to shout from the rooftops. You're going to create a GoFundMe. You're going to do a fundraiser. You're going to call every single person that you know, and you're going to share about this cause, right? Because this cause is meaningful to you. And the people that make the most money, it's because they have a cause for it. You look at the guys like Facebook, like Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg and all of these cajillionaires, and it's not just because they want nice things. It's because there's a reason behind this money. And so one of the most incredible things, as Kate had said, is this exercise that, you know, if you don't have accountability, you're not going to do this. You're not going to do this exercise. I'm really encouraging you to take part in this exercise, is writing down that what is, and I did this exercise, and that's when things started to shift for me, is that write down 250 reasons why you deserve financial abundance. That's a lot of reasons. Now, if you can come up with that many reasons, well, I'm going to, you know, I started doing it. Well, I'm constantly working to better myself. The more money that I make, the more I learn, the more courses that I take, the higher the level of service that I provide. I will employ more people. I will give a higher standard of service. The video production and the online tutorials that I put out are going to be higher in quality. It wasn't until I did that exercise and I saw truly, and I feel it actually here, is that the world is a better place because I'm wealthy. The world has become a much better place because I'm wealthier. I can see that my staff, my tech, the people that I serve, that the amount of love and dedication that I give to my clients, the inspiration that I give, the services that I offer are much better. And not only that, the coaches that I've hired within my program now have an opportunity to live and make money doing what they love rather than working, in a job that's not fulfilling for them. The world has become a better place. My world, the people around me who are associated with me, my niece, my nephew, my parents, they have a richer experience because I'm wealthier. I realized that my wealth is not just about me. That's when things started really accelerating. And so I really encourage you to ask yourself these questions with just listening to this Zoom chat. It's going to be inspirational. Yay, it was fun, but it's going to be a jacuzzi experience. If you don't sit down, you get the mentorship, you get the accountability to sit down and actually do this work and clear those past resentments, clear the guilt that stops you from leveling yourself up. So that's one exercise. The other exercise that just came to my mind is, if you've ever done something that you perceive that's caused somebody grief, more pain, loss. In other words, if you're holding on to a long-term guilt, consider that your guilt, the way that you're going to compensate for that guilt is to block or sabotage any abundance from coming to you. So I've seen people have autoimmune disorders because of guilt. I've seen people, because autoimmune is attacking of self. The body attacks itself. So guilt, something that you perceive you've done in the past, you're causing your body to attack itself. Guilt is another great absolute destroyer of your personal wealth. Something for you to consider that needs to be dissolved if you would love to get to the next level financially. Oh, I'm so grateful. Thanks, Emma and Michelle and Ainsley.
I loved that statement that you said, Nima, that the world is a better place because I'm wealthier. I think it changes the game where it isn't about, like you said, accumulating stuff. It's just the difference that you get to make.
Totally.
You mentioned a couple of affirmations besides that one, which I love. Do you have any other affirmations that maybe the team could start to use on a daily basis?
Yes, absolutely. Well, let me just write down some of these if I can. Just here. Any affirmations? All right. Okay. So I wrote down a bunch of money affirmations that really started to make a difference for me. You know what I did actually, what I recommend you guys do is write down a list of money affirmations that you would love to grow yourself into. And then here's what you do. You're going to record yourself on your mobile device, on the voice recorder. You're going to record yourself saying them. And you're going to listen to it 2 to 3 times a day. I know it sounds crazy, but I promise you, after doing it every day for 2 weeks, you're going to message me back and you're going to say, holy shit, that made a huge difference. I promise you. Makes a huge difference if you just sit down and just write down all these money affirmations. Things like the world, I had them written down right over here. I'm just looking on my computer. Probably won't be able to find them just readily offhand, but let's see here. Money.
If you want to message them to us afterwards and we can put them up for the team so that they can.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I can definitely do that.
Awesome.
I'll give you all of them as a gift. The ones that I put up just to kind of repeat to myself each and every day. Within the first 2 weeks of doing this, huge shifts in the finances. You'll start to see things coming to be true. Really make it a point. It's in the daily rituals and habits that everything gets transformed. I'm telling you, you basically spend the next 6 months doing this, and I promise you will see a shift in all areas of your life.
I love it. So a little bit of homework for you guys. We're going to give you the money affirmations. Here's the thing, you know, like you said, this could be a jacuzzi experience. This could be like a really cool half an hour or 45 minutes of listening to some cool stuff. But there's only going to be a certain amount of people on the line watching this recording that are going to do the work. And so it's just if you choose to be that person or not, because there's been patterns that have been running in your life. There's been patterns in my life that I've been running, you know, for years. And it takes you to decide that that's not going to happen anymore. And you've got to do the work every day. That's the biggest thing. You know, we're a work in progress. And like Nima said, if we're not growing, we're dying essentially. Our business isn't going to grow. And it's a direct reflection of what's happening inside us.
Well, I got it. I got it right here.
Awesome.
I found it. Okay. So these are my millionaire beliefs. Okay. So here's basically, I have a file of myself repeating these words to myself each and every day. And I'm going to share them with you. These are the ones that I came up with. My millionaire beliefs. Everyone benefits from my success. No matter what I do, money is attracted to me. I always add, I never subtract. I am the Harvard of transformational coaching. I am ultimately worthy and deserving of extreme wealth, fulfillment, and romance. There is an abundant amount of money in the universe. I expect wealth and success. It is my destiny to be wealthy and prosperous. There are plenty of clients who can afford my program who want to pay top dollar for the service. I love being the boss of an awesome company that makes a massive difference in the world. People want to pay me money for my time and expertise and services. I can become a massively successful individual and while being an amazing person, because by doing so, more people will become set free. My product is here to help people. I help. I do not sell. The ROI on my product is 100 times its investment. People need what I have. Nobody is better than me at caring and delivery of services. I'm the only one that can help them in the most efficient way possible that is the most affordable. I'm the greatest connector and teacher for them to get results. I am changing lives. I make people's dreams come true. And that's only half of them.
Oh my gosh, I love
just
that.
Consistently repeating these neural pathways of absolute certainty for what's coming to me. And I'm telling you, it's been an incredible journey since that's happened. So yeah, I can see that finally homework I actually want to do. Awesome. Yeah, exactly. I really encourage you guys to really make this a habit and definitely make your mindset your number one priority. Invest everything that you can in the development of mindset with the right coaching, with the right teachers, with the right books, the right seminars, and make it a priority because that is single-handedly the determining factor each day. The way that I set up my day will determine if I'm going to have an incredible day or a day that's not fulfilling at all. It's all in my mindset.
Yeah, love it.
So Amanda, yes, if you watch the recording of this tomorrow, that happened at about 39 minutes in. So you can watch it back and scribe it out. And I dare say, put your own flavor to it.
Absolutely.
Because we don't want to be Nima automatons. There is only one of him.
Please.
Make it your own.
What a horrible thought that would be if there's more of me.
Buddy, so we have about 10 minutes. I definitely want to make sure that people know where to find you, how to follow your work, any Facebook links. When we post the recording of this, we're going to put all of those tags in there that I have of you.
Here's what I'm going to get you to do right now. Go onto your Facebook right now and add yourself to my private group. It's called The Art of Powerful Alignment. Get it? Get it? Yeah. The chiropractic term. The art. Here, I'm just going to write it down here. The Art of Powerful Alignment. There it is. The Art of Powerful Alignment. Request to join. Introduce yourself. It's really about entrepreneurs and wannabe entrepreneurs and people who are interested in expansion and interested in clearing the stress that's associated, the stress, the anxiety, and sometimes the depression of building a business and expanding into a new reality. I know what that's like, and I'm there to guide people. And yeah, I'd love to have you join the group and participate. And there's some live trainings that I have. If you're going through a transition, if you're going through a divorce, if you're going through a breakup, if you're going through a move, or you're going through a new career move, perhaps, there is some anxiety in the transition. There's some stress. And I've made it my business now to coach individuals through a 3-month program to get them from where they are to where they'd love to be by clearing out their past resentments and regrets, by clearing their I'm not good enough stories, that I'm not worthy of love, their past traumas and guilts, and through coaching and mentorship, getting you to the next level. That's basically what I do now. And so I take applications for people who are wanting to work and ready to do work. It's not for everyone. So people who want to play the victim, people who want to blame somebody else for their lot in life, it's not a good match. It's for people who are wanting to be badasses and grab life by the you-know-what and take themselves to the next level.
Guys, I went to Vancouver almost a year ago now and went over and did one of Nima's actual training courses, which was amazing. And it totally has been a game changer. And I think a few things that he just said before, like you think about the soundtrack of your life that's currently running, whether it's watching and listening to crappy news and the radio and all that doom in the world, or it's that story that you're running in your head constantly. Those affirmations that he just shared, imagine just changing that. I really encourage you guys to get a part of that group and give feedback, because like Nima said, the best thing is to hear how just those little distinctions can make a big shift in someone's life. But I know Nima's going to be coming out to Australia and doing some events. We will absolutely be a huge part of that and be letting you know of when that happens, because what he has to share really does change just perspective on life, and just gives you that direction that I think a lot of people crave. And it's really exciting. Something Nima just said before too, with one of his affirmations, was that he can be wildly successful and also have the lifestyle too. And I think sometimes we have that play of, oh, it's one or the other. I can't do that because I'm going to be too stressed, or my family or my health are going to come into effect from that. But you can have it all. It's just about those beliefs that, are running your life. So, super excited that you've been able to share all of your wisdom on the line tonight, Nima. We're so, so grateful. And everyone's buzzing. I can see lots of sparkly eyes on the line right now.
I'm so grateful to be part of this. I don't know. I mean, when you guys asked me to be part of this, I couldn't. What's going on?
Kelly, you're accidentally sharing your screen. If you could stop that right now, that would be awesome.
Hi, Kelly. Oh, that's an interesting desktop you got there.
All right, keep going. You're right.
I just wanted to say how grateful I am when you said, "Hey, can you come and share with my tribe?" I mean, you got to. I've known these guys for a couple of years, and when they had all their offices, and and they took me around to their offices, and I was like, "Geez, like you guys are just." That's so many offices. What are you doing? And they were like, yeah, we're in the process of simplifying our lives and kind of making things kind of go more on the online world. And for me to see over the last 2 years what you've done and all of these people that you're helping guide to a better, more kind of fulfilling life of freedom, I'm just so proud of you guys. And I'm so grateful to be able to collaborate with you and create a possibility of doing these live trainings where we teach people how to take that stress, whatever they're triggered, that's causing you to drift into a pit, to actually shift it and then lift yourself up to a peak of potential. I can't wait to do that down under. Like, I can't wait. And so if we can do that with your team and then create some events around that and see what's possible for you guys. Ooh, I'm just so thrilled and excited about having that.
It's going to be huge, buddy. It's going to be huge. Our whole kind of catch cry this year is grow me, serve you. Grow me, serve you. So our commitment is providing just the most world-class training and resources and people so that you guys can grow and your business will reflect that. And who cares about the business? You know, we get ultimate fulfillment in this as well, just by seeing people shine. And so we're super excited to link arms with the top people in the world and bring them to you guys so you can be amazing.
Can I say a little something that's going to inspire everybody in the group to level themselves up?
Can you do it as a rap?
Sure, I might be able to do a little bit of a rap thing. One of the things that I love about Kate and Ant is that they just, you know, like when I first met them, I was blown away because they're both so damn good looking. Like, come on, like enough already. Okay. It makes me sick to my stomach. Enough of the good lookingness. Okay. And you know, they both take good care of themselves. They have beautiful kids. They live on the beach. Shut up. Like, stop it already. Okay. But when they reached out to me and they showed their human side, I want everybody to know that don't be fooled by outer appearances, that don't think that the people that you're working with, like Kate and Ant, they're not me, they're special, they're you. Each one of you have the potential to live that type of lifestyle. And nobody has this perfect type of lifestyle. I don't. They don't. They go through ups and downs too. So do not look at them and think, I don't have what they have, because everybody goes through ups and downs. Don't create disempowering beliefs just because you have Ken and Barbie as your leaders. I'm saying this as a favor to all of you, because the likelihood of you looking at how perfect those two are and going, God, I don't got my shit figured out because they do. Just know that you have just as much within you as they do to have the potential to reach the potential in your life that they have. And so comparing yourselves to other people is an extremely disempowering thing. Own where your power is and really go all in with that. And just really invest in yourselves, invest in your mindset, and the sky's the limit for you. Hopefully that was well received by you guys.
Oh, I love that. Thank you.
Yeah, also I'm going to be called Ken for the rest of the year now.
We are not perfect in any way.
Paul Maddox clapping his hands. I'm going to cop it for weeks.
So funny.
And I'm okay with that.
No, it's so true. Yeah.
Ken and Barbie.
Amazing. You just got to take it and run with it and believe in yourself, guys.
Yeah, they are much more. Ainsley says they're much more lovely than Ken and Barbie. I agree. Ken and Barbie ain't got nothing on you. It's your realness that I love. I'm a big Kate and Ant fan.
Oh, love you so much. Thank you, Nima. It's been a blast. I know that Dreamers just give him some love. It's been pretty cool to share the line with you tonight. You must be absolutely tired and ready to go to bed now. But
ready to go. Yeah. And yeah, so don't hesitate. Stay connected. I'm very, you have questions, observations, whatever in the group. I do a lot of live posts about stress, about mindset. I don't really talk much about money because that's not really the focus. It's really about when you clear stress and self-worth issues, things like money, relationships, health, all the things that we want in life start to fall into place when we clear out our stories. That's what I'm more interested in, and I work with people in that realm. So I just encourage you to join in and join the conversation, ask questions, and participate.
Love it. Awesome. I'm going to stop the recording right